we should try as much as possible to organize ourselves, organize our day. How do I want to start my day? Maybe you wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock, for instance. You put the food on fire. You bring up your, what is it called, nawafil, which is the tahajjud. After that, you wait, you do some supplications before Subuhi. At Subuhi, you wake your family up, you pray Subuhi together, do some supplications, azkar, schedule everything with certain timing. That is the only way to go about it. Even if you're going to fall short of the schedule, at least you'll still be able to meet up at some level and to some extent. So it is very important to be organized and to be conscious of these duties. Because sometimes even if we have a schedule written down, maybe a timetable and we paste it, if we are not mindful of the plan, we may not follow it through. So with the prayers and everything, I want to believe we'll be able to do it. Then after our subuhi, we do our askar. It could be while on the way to the work, carrying the children to school and everything. We do the askar, the morning askar. Then while we are at work, we observe the duha. Let us be conscious of the time of duha. We have to break away from work to observe it. If we have a mosque around us in the workplace, we do that. If we don't, we could as well use our offices as musalla to bring this dua. Because if we are not conscious of all this, and we try as much as possible to follow through with the acts of ibadah, then we'll just find ourselves living a wanton life, which will not be good for us at the end of the day. Then after that, we go back to our work. Let us be diligent at work. Let them know us as being dutiful and mindful of our work as well. Then at Zuhr, we go back for Zuhr, maybe in congregation if we have the opportunity. If we don't have, we can do it individually in our offices. Then maybe at the close of work, we observe our Asri too. We go carry our children from their schools. We bring them back home. We do the cooking maybe for the night. The night cooking should start maybe around 4 o'clock. So that by 5, the meal is ready, maybe in the warmer. Then we'll have time to, take care of the house, prepare for the coming of our husbands or whoever. So these are some of the ways we can schedule our time such that we'll be able to monitor and follow through with the plan. So even if at one time or the other, there are some other challenges that we didn't plan for and that will make us fall short of that schedule, we will still be able to meet up to a large extent. So that is just the little advice I can give on that.
Jazakumullah khairan. Definitely actually gave us a whole lot of advice as mothers and all of that. Motherhood isn't really an easy thing. It's not really easy, but alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, you're a model. So, okay, as a student, most of us classes actually from 8 to maybe 4 or 6. How do you actually chip in those little hacks? How do we keep up? Because striving with that, balancing it with normal lifestyle isn't good, like deen and all. So, okay, for instance, Salat Dua. Imagine 8 to 11, you have a lecture, another one back to back, no break, nothing. How do you actually keep it in that it actually doesn't flop, doesn't go out of time before Zuhr? How do you do that?
Well, it is not quite easy really because there are so many distractions out there. And even as a student, we are involved more in these distractions. But if we are mindful of our time and we are determined to make the best use of it, we'll still have a way around all these distractions. If we are in the classroom, maybe from 8 till around 9, 10, and a lecturer leaves the class, even if you don't have, maybe the mosque is very far from the class, you don't want to go to the mosque. If we are conscious of it, we could have our praying mat around us.
Pocket mat.
Yes, pocket mats, such that we'll just clear a part of the class, maybe at the back or somewhere, and quickly observe our 2 or 4 rakas of dua. If we don't want to go too far from the class, or we could look for a quiet veranda around the classes and observe our dua. But no matter what, we should even make our lecturers to be conscious of those times, especially during the compulsory prayer time. Some lecturers who may want to take extra time, they will not be conscious. Maybe they are normal. Even some Muslim lecturers, so don't let us even be biased that it's only the Christian ones. Because even some Christian lecturers, if they know about it, will even be conscious of it, and they will even be the ones to advise you to go out and pray. So every time we should be watchful of our time when we are in the class, and try as much as possible to notify the lecturer that it's almost time for Zuhr. And If the lecturer is too much engrossed in the lecture, we could always excuse ourselves and go out. It is not how much, but how well. And it's only Allah that grants knowledge and understanding to His servants. So if you are conscious of Allah, Allah will be conscious of us. If you are mindful of Allah, Allah will be mindful of us. That is just the beauty of Islam and the beauty of life generally. So at every point in time, even while we are having so much tasks to do in the classroom or in the school area, we should never be forgetful of Allah's own time, and we should give Him His due. And by the special grace of God, we're going to come out in flying colors. It's Allah that grants understanding of everything. It just needs little effort from us. And with our prayers, our dua, and our consciousness of His rights, and giving Him His due as our when due, Allah will be there for us. We have gone through this period too in our lives, and we always came out top of our classes. Yes, yes. Even at our places of work, they know us. That no, we are up and doing. So that is just the way it is. If you are mindful of Allah, Allah will be mindful of you. So we should never be afraid to give Allah His due. No matter the circumstance or the situation we find ourselves, we should always excuse ourselves so that we don't get distracted. But before you know it, Shaitan is very cunning.
Fast.
Yeah. If you leave out any little time like this, it will just distract you with a lot of things will just come in. Before you know it, the time is already gone. So Allah in His infinite mercy will guide us, will continue to be with us, and give us the strength, the wherewithal to stand firm on His path, no matter the circumstance. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khairan, jazakumullahu khairan, jazakumullahu khairan. For indeed, whoever puts their trust in Allah, we won't disappoint at any time. So, alhamdulillah, I've actually had a lot, because I hope it's beneficial to you, because definitely it's indeed more than beneficial to me. Mihala actually bless you beyond your expectations. All I can say is Jazakumullah khairan, shukran jazilan, barakallahu fi wa rafa'nahu makanu aliyan. I am indeed grateful. Thanks for the time. This time I just told you, and you were so willing to do it. Barakallahu fi. Mihala actually in His infinite mercies perfect all that concerns you. May actually ease all your affairs and uplift you, and may He bless you beyond measures. Bismillah. Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Jazakumullah khairan. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. To wrap already. So I hope this was indeed beneficial to us. Life after Ramadan shouldn't just be limited to Ramadan alone. I hope that is clear enough. Definitely there are lots of things we can actually keep up with. That's about the Quran. Most of us, be Ramadan Shaitoi, like the wrap up is as if we're wrapping up the Quran. The next thing that's going to fill up the Quran is dust, not even our hands. SubhanAllah. Even if it is a verse, then later we can actually move to a page. A day, it is necessary. Allah doesn't just want we should actually have the sincerity in our hearts. The intention matters definitely beyond anything. Before anything else, the intention is there. And our sincerity matters a whole lot. Definitely actually perfect all the graces and actually guide us through the right path. Bismillah. Jazakumullah khairan to you all. That's the best I can say. And please do not forget to follow us on IG at Hafak Online Radio. And you can also find me on Facebook at Beebah Mudisola. And also on Instagram at Beebah_Shabi Shadola. Up to your reviews. I'm open to all of them, comments and all. Please, if you did enjoy this, please do drop your comments in the comment box. May actually grant us all the His and perfecting and actually putting up with the deen, and me actually ease our fears at all instances. Bismillah. Jazakumullah khairan to you all. Barakallahu fi. I say to you all with the most perfect words of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarakun. Wassalam.
Hey there! Stay logged on to your number one award-winning online radio station, Hafak Online Radio, the radio for the society.